Good morning, YouTube. It is early ass Friday morning and it is honestly a beautiful day. I'm just on my way to go to morning cardio. I've been consistently doing this every single day, but first we have to drop off the packages. Thank you guys for the support on themarkplummer.com. I really couldn't do any of this without you. Today we're getting into the biggest mistakes with dieting, back to basics, episode number 3. I can't wait to take you through this because a lot of this stuff you haven't heard before, and a lot of this stuff, it's just gonna be getting that ingrained in your mind. So I'm gonna go drop these off. Let's go. Alright guys, so we got our morning breakfast meal, which is 4 slices of turkey bacon, 300 grams of egg whites, and 3 whole eggs. But before we get into breakfast and point number 1, I'm going to give you guys a physique update. I haven't really done these in a little bit. I'm going to go in front of the window, get au naturel lighting, so let's see what we look like. My current weight today is 220 pounds, and you guys may be thinking, yo, what the hell? Why are you so heavy? And that is gonna get me into point number 1 on mistakes when dieting, is that people make changes too quickly, too frequently, and they do not stay consistent, because the first sign of anything that goes wrong in their diet or their weight loss, they think that they need to make a drastic change, and then they skew their entire progress. Now, every single day for the last 8 days, I've been going down in weight because I told you we're cutting and we're actually going somewhere, but I can't tell you where yet. But for the last 8 days, I've been cutting and I've slowly been losing weight. I started at like 222, I was 221, 219, and then my lowest weight was yesterday, and I was 216.4 pounds. And for whatever reason, I stuck to the diet, I stuck to my cardio, I stuck to everything. I had a great night's sleep. I don't feel like I'm overly stressed. I woke up today, and just the way that the cards were dealt, I was 220.6 pounds. There's no possible way, guys, that I gained 4 pounds of fat overnight when I have been sticking to my diet. Even if I had the biggest cheat meal in planet Earth, there's no way that I would be gaining 4 pounds of fat overnight. And the biggest thing you guys have to realize is that you just have to stay consistent and try to find the root of this problem. Whether it's bad night's sleep, whether it is stress, whether you ate closer to going to bed, you drank more water, you had less sleep than you normally get. There's so many different things that can come into play, which is why I like taking my weight at least every other day or every single day, because then you can kind of fine tune these patterns. If you were to take your weight once a week, for example, every Friday, and last Friday I was 216 and this Friday I was 220, you may jump the gun and cut your calories too fast, and we'll get into why that is so bad for you later on point number 2. But you just have to be able to stay consistent and not get discouraged when you see these random influxes, because these influxes are definitely just hormonal changes and water retention. They are not fat gain, guys. And that is the biggest thing that you guys can learn for your body. So I'm gonna eat meal number 1. I mean, I'm absolutely starving. It's a no carb meal because I ran out of fruit. So I'll probably have to go to the grocery store, get some fruit, get some groceries, and I'll see you guys very shortly. Oh. All right, so yeah, did I go to the store just to get frozen blueberries? Absolutely. This is the first time that I'm ever gonna try frozen blueberries. I've seen Brandon Harding like raving about it. I've seen all these Instagram people saying, yo, you get more bulk for your macros and they never go bad and you have to go to the store less. And then apparently like the crunchiness of the blueberries in the oatmeal just completes the entire thing. So I'm like, you know what? I'm going to give this shit a try. And it's only $3 for this massive bag, where usually it's like $5 for like the smallest container. And we about saving money because we are bodybuilders. This is going to get me into the second point of the biggest dieting mistakes. And that is where you start your calories off way too low. Now you hear this so many times, but guys, like when I start dieting, like for real, this isn't like for real dieting, because my main goal for the last 2 years has been making the 198 class. But when I was competing in CBBF Nationals when I was 19 and I was coming in diced and full and big, this is what I was looking like. I was starting off my diets at like 4,000 calories, because you have to remember, you need room to change. If you start off on like 1,800 calories doing 2 hours of cardio a day and you hit a plateau, you're fucked. Like you have nowhere to go. But if I start off on 4,000, then I can go down to 36 and then 32 and then 3,000, 28, 25, 22. I've literally dieted, making progress for like 10 weeks. I haven't hit a plateau and I still have room to go and to add. The same thing goes with your supplements. The same thing goes with your diet. The same thing goes with your cardio. You always want somewhere to go. So especially with the drugs, guys, is like if you're cutting for 12 weeks, don't add Clen, T3, Winstrol, and GW all in at 12 weeks out. Because what happens if you hit that plateau? You want to be able to add things in to give you a perfected result. So don't jump the gun. You can start off super high calories, virtually no fat burning drugs, and make great progress. And then throughout the time, start to add things in to give you that advantage over everybody else. So that's tip number 2. I'm going to go home. It is freaking warm today, finally, and we're never going to deal with another winter again. See you guys at home. I'm probably going to see you for my pre-workout meal, where we're going to go over the last and final diet mistake, and then I'm going to take you guys to the gym and we're going to train hard. So I'll see you for my pre-workout meal. Pre-workout time. We have oats and blueberries, and I'm going to try these famous frozen blueberries on this channel. So here we go. I'll let you know if the hype is real. That's different, because the oatmeal's like super warm, but the berries are cold. So it gives it like this super cool, like it's very cool. I don't know if I'm sold on it though. I don't know. Now, usually I wouldn't have this meal right before the gym, because eggs is a slow digesting protein and then oats is a complex carbohydrate source. But, you know, I was really craving this meal, and this is what I usually eat right before bed anyways. Usually I don't have this many oats. I'm only having 50 grams of oats just because we're going to train and I'm trying to get absolutely yoked in the gym. But this brings me kind of into the final point before I'm going to take you guys to the gym and bring you through my workout. Is a good diet is a diet that you can stick to. Now, if you talked to me 3 years ago when I was bodybuilding, I was like, fuck that. Like, I would eat, sleep, and train. I would not stray off the diet. I would not even eat gum, guys, because I'm like, yo, gum is extra calories. I cannot be using those extra calories. And I realized that when you start dieting, all of these like little things that you stress about actually sets you way farther back, because stress is going to be the main reason that you cannot lose weight. Some of you guys are going to push your body so freaking hard that you won't lose weight. For example, when I was prepping for the Toronto Pro Show, my coach just kept lowering my food, increasing my cardio, lowering my food, increasing my cardio, to the point that I was on 1,200 calories a day, doing 2 hours of cardio a day for 3 weeks straight. And you guys complain to me, oh, I'm too hungry. No, that's just part of dieting. And if getting lean was easy and you didn't have to be hungry and be tired and feel a little shitty, then you would see a lot less severely obese people. But you need to fine-tune the diet that you will be able to follow. Now, one trick that I used to do back in my bodybuilding days is whenever my coach would give me my starting diet, I would add one thing in that I absolutely loved. And for me, that was Hershey Chip-Its. I would eat 30 grams of Hershey Chip-Its every single day. And my coach did not know that, because you have to remember from our last point, here's your starting point and you keep making changes off of that. Well, because I added in those Hershey Chip-Its, I did cut them out 6 weeks out, because I don't think that you could get lean as possible with eating chocolate, and that would screw with your digestion, it would screw with your hormone levels, and it would just not be the best. But every single day, I would eat those 30 grams of Hershey Chip-Its, and it kind of kept me sane. It kind of kept me like, you know what, like right before the gym, I was so hyped up, and it would kill my sweet tooth, and it would make sure that I wouldn't crave anything, and I didn't eat cheat meals. Like I went 7 weeks without a cheat meal, because I just had something small that was only 70 calories every single day. So you guys need to be able to find little tricks like that, whether it's going to be your favorite drink or something that makes you more accountable to that diet, because the best diet is the diet that you can follow. It's not a diet that's just unrealistic. If you can only eat 4 or 5 meals and your diet is 7, then it is never gonna work for you. You know what I'm trying to say, guys? So make sure, whether you're dieting yourself or you have a coach, you have so much communication. Like, my clients and I are talking like 2-3 times a week about digestion, if it fits their schedule. Sometimes shit comes up at work and they text me right away, bro, what can I do? Because there's always a solution. You just have to figure out what works best for you and what is not going to set back your results. So I hope that kind of makes sense. I mean, let's get one more bite of this. I'm not gonna lie, it's cooling down my oatmeal a lot faster than it normally does, but it still tastes good, guys, especially when you're dieting. So I'm gonna finish this up, and I'll see you guys in the gym.
Welcome back to a voiceover. It has been quite some time since I've done a voiceover, so let's take you through this leg day. I like to start off with that stretch and slowly push back into it. That's stretching my tibialis anterior and my peroneals. That will reduce so much knee pain in your life, and it will also increase your squats and help your leg growth. I go right into stretching my hip abductors, and I kind of just like stretch the quad and the hamstrings all around and really make sure that my hips are loose. Right after I really make sure my hips are loose, I do just open up my back and just trying to relieve some of the pressure off my slip disc. Now, I don't do anything that really compresses my spine that much anymore. It has been getting better, but it still really hurts. These little baby Supermans used to be my bread and butter for helping my slip disc. Recently, it's kind of been irritating it even more, so I kind of just have to wait for an MRI and hope for the best and really diagnose the root of the problem. But enough of this warm-up, let's get right into the weights. So our gym just got this brand new pendulum squat, which is amazing because the angle, it doesn't hurt my knees. I can keep my feet down, which kind of makes it more of a sissy squat and really puts a lot of pressure on my quads and almost nothing on my back or my knees. I slowly go up in weight each set. I've started with 1 plate. Here I go 2 plates. And then the last set I go 3 plates. I normally go up in weight each set and always do 3 to 4 sets. The first 2 sets are usually kind of just to feel the motion, get a good pump, and just feel good. The last 2 sets I really go balls to the walls and try to break down as much tissue as possible. I try to slow down the tempo towards the end, and especially on heavier weights. As you know, I squat 800 pounds, so it would be very easy for me to load up these machines, but I'm trying to recruit as much muscle tissue as possible, so by slowing down the movements, you'll be able to recruit more muscle fibers. I go right into leg press. And on leg press, I do 30 reps. Now, I normally don't do this, but just because we're not doing any major squats or heavy movements, I really want to pump those legs up full with blood. So I do 10 reps with a very wide stance, then I do 10 reps with a slightly narrower stance, and then I do another 10 reps with a super close stance. I really loaded on for the last set here, and I only got 20 reps. I did 10 reps on a super wide stance, and then I narrowed the stance and did another 10. You can see here, like, it starts to get very hard, and even here I'm going a little faster than I normally do, but I'm already in so much pain. This is just absolutely killer. And by keeping your feet low on the deck like that, you can put a lot more pressure on your quads and take it off the hamstrings. Here's a quick little flex. I decided to throw a video instead of a picture. Some people have been calling me out for Photoshop, but nah, those are just my stubby ass 5'7" legs. I'm 5'6", 5'7" if I stand up really, really straight. Not the tallest, but it's pretty easy for me to pack on muscle, pretty hard for me to get lean. Now, I've noticed a little bit of imbalance in my legs from years of skateboarding, snowboarding, and wakeboarding. I stand regular, so I like to do leg extensions one leg at a time, and I make sure to contract each leg. When you do both legs, it's still good. It's just right now, just because we're not training as heavy, again, I'm just trying to fine-tune everything during this cut, and doing single leg is perfect for imbalances. Hamstring curls, you want to squeeze your damn glutes like you're in prison. Like you just dropped the soap and you never want to see anything or anything get near that ass. By flexing your glutes, you're going to put all the strain on your hamstrings, and you should not be able to touch the back of the pad to your butt if you're doing these correctly. To finish this off, I go right into walking lunges. My legs are absolutely dead here. I do 2 variations of walking lunges. Today, I decided to really open up my hips and go a little bit slower. And sometimes I like to do super close stance lunges, and that kind of puts more pressure on the quads. But because we did so much quad dominant focus exercises at the beginning of this workout, I decided to really open up those legs and push through my hamstrings and glutes and just get an overall leg workout instead of just focusing on the quads. And I can already tell that my legs are starting to get a little bigger and a little veinier. The last exercise is sissy squats. Now, I like to do sissy squats body weight because I just get the best pump and I find it hard to hold a plate. So I like to do as many reps and sets as possible here. I kind of just lean back as far as I possibly can, and these I just pump and pump and pump. You guys, if you've watched me for a while, know that my style of training is to start very, very heavy, break down as much muscle tissue as possible, and then go into as many reps as possible. Again, break the muscle tissue and then force it of blood. And you can see my legs are shaking here. I just could not go on, but I kept pushing, and that's what you got to do every single. And you cannot forget about calves. Now, I do calves 3 times a week minimum. You have to remember, guys, these fat asses with huge calves, it's because they're walking on heavy weight. You can't get in there and do body weight calves and expect them to grow. You need to go hard and heavy. Today was my light calf day, and then I have 2 heavy calf days where I go absolutely ape shit.
That ends this leg workout. I'm just gonna do 25 minutes of cardio. I've been doing 30 minutes of cardio in the morning, 25 minutes of cardio after my workout. We have 6 weeks to get as lean as humanly possible. I'm probably gonna tell you guys where we're going next video. I'm super hyped up about it. If anyone wants to meet up, I'll be more than down. We already have a crew. You guys could probably guess if you follow my Instagram on where we're going. But USA, here we come once again. I know it's a little early because we're going back in August and we're staying all the way to March, but I think we're coming down for just we're coming down for a week, and we're gonna party it up. So thank you guys so much for watching another video. If you haven't hit that subscribe button and like this video, it really helps this channel grow. I hope that you guys can take some of these tips, get lean as possible, grow some tree trunk of legs for some festival season, get those short shorts out, fucking legs, get those short shorts out, show those legs and calves off, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.